Dear colleagues, dear friends, I'm very pleased and also very honored that the Mossawa Center has arranged this evening for me and my wife and gotten so many people together here tonight on a hot August in Haifa. In a couple of weeks I will be winding up my assignment here in Israel after 4 years. It's amazing that it's only 4 years. It feels more like 8 or maybe 10. But it is only 4. But the reason why it feels like a lot more is, of course, because these 4 years, the past 4 years, have been so eventful. So many things have happened that one would normally think that so many events could not be crammed into 4 years. Another failed attempt at a peace process, a war in Gaza, and an election just in the span of 4 years. Now, I think that the situation, generally speaking, and also seen from the point of view of the European Union, is not better now than when I came here. So in that sense, I've been a failure. But I think it's important to remember what Winston Churchill once said. He said that success is the ability to go from defeat to defeat, from failure to failure, but still maintain your optimism and enthusiasm. And I must say that I still have optimism and I still have enthusiasm even after these 4 years. Now, one of the things that I found very important from the very first day I came here was that I was representative to all Israelis and everyone living in this country. And there are many minorities in Israel. There's obviously ethnic minorities, but there are also political minorities. There are also other types of minorities, handicapped, and so on and so forth. And one of the important things that I think the EU can contribute with is this sense of values, and also to try to convince the Israeli government that our common values is really the most important thing that unite us. And one of the principal common values that we share or should share is equality between all citizens, irrespective of their ethnic background, religion, gender, sexual orientation, and so on and so forth, and the non-discrimination towards these groups. Obviously, the Arab minority in Israel is a very important one, 20% of the population. And I think, as it was also said before, that the Arab minority still needs to achieve full equality. And I have found it very gratifying and rewarding during my time here to work with the Arab community in different formats, different organizations, different people, to try in a modest way to address that issue. And many of those that I've been working with are gathered here tonight, and I'm very grateful for that. I think that we have covered a very wide field of activities from economic empowerment projects, for example, of women in the Negev, in Bedouin tribes, the whole question of demolitions, including projects that aim at trying to do physical planning of Bedouin villages in such a way that they live up to the standards and the expectations of the population, and try to instill those capacities also in the Israeli government. Projects that have aimed at empowering some of the less resourceful Arab municipalities here in Israel to provide better services for their citizens, and projects that have taken aim at one of the most troubling phenomena that I know of, which is violence against women, which is unfortunately quite prevalent in the Arab community also. So I think we have tried to span a quite wide range of issues, and I hope that we have and that we will continue to make a positive contribution in that regard. Coming here to Haifa has always been a high point, I would say, as far as I'm concerned. I think it is one of the most, or maybe the most beautiful city, in my opinion, in Israel. And it's a city that by and large shows that it's possible for Jews and Arabs to live fairly peacefully together and have a shared society. It's not perfect, but I think it's one of the concrete pieces of evidence that it is actually possible to do. So in that sense, I think Haifa for me has also been an example of what we are all working towards, the idea of a shared society. I will not detain you much longer, but I really want to say again that I have appreciated very much working with many of you, and that the European Union will continue to assist as well as it can the empowerment of the Arab community here in Israel, in order to ensure that they are facing more of a level playing field than they are currently. So again, thank you very much, and thank you very much for putting on this event tonight. Thanks.